We're with Les Kincaid, the host of Wines du Jour, a nationally syndicated radio show based here in Las Vegas. Les, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing good. That's good to hear.
And you're also a UNLV professor teaching wine appreciation here at UNLV.
I teach cooking and wine appreciation here at UNLV for 26 years now.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
And that goes hand in hand with Wines du Jour. And we know that is a radio show, but it's also a weekly event in Las Vegas. And tell us about that.
Well, Wines du Jour started out little over 14 years ago when we decided that because everybody that takes my classes wants to know more about wine than what we do in class, I decided to do something like Wines du Jour, where we feature a restaurant each week. And then the restaurant, we have invited guests of around 35 to 40 people come to that restaurant, and we feature 3 wines. So for a show that lasts 1 hour on the air, we do 3 wines, and we pair food from that restaurant to go with each one of those wines for everybody in the audience.
Well, I remember that last season I actually went to one of the events and did a story on it. So it's really great how people can watch the radio show live and also experience the events and trying the different food and wine at the same time.
Exactly. And that's really the idea, is to get people to understand that wine is food. That's my slogan. But most people don't realize that if you have a glass or 2 of wine every day, you're actually a healthier person than if you don't drink at all. Nothing against any religion, it's just a medical fact.
Okay. So what food do you have for us here today then?
Well, I have a nice bottle of Pinot Noir from Little Black Dress is the name of it. Pinot Noir is the name of the varietal. The varietal is the type of grape that's used, and Pinot Noir is the most popular grape for people that really like wine. Almost everybody loves Pinot Noir, although the most popular red wine that people drink in the whole world is Cabernet Sauvignon. So this Pinot Noir is pretty good. We have here a 1983 Pinot, and if you don't mind, I'll open it and show you a little bit about it. Let you taste it.
Great.
Sound good?
Open it up,
Sure.
yeah.
So this is called a capsule that's on here, and what we're going to do is remove the capsule.
Yeah, this is something that some people don't know how to do very well.
Exactly.
Open up
I
a
don't know
bottle
how
of
to do
wine.
it.
In
I had to
fact,
learn.
this is called a wine key. This is what the professionals all over the world use to open wine. This part removes the capsule, and this part goes down into the cork, like so. And then you pull it out, and you can drink it. Now, if you're from Japan or would like to have a little variation, they have another wine remover, or cork remover, called a asso. Asso is a different length, so that the long length goes in on one side, and you push down on the cork.
Which one do you think is easier?
Well, they're both not too difficult. It's just sometimes the cork's a little tighter than the others. Then all we do is we're just going to kind of wiggle the asso down into the cork.
I've never seen this before.
That's why I brought it. And
Thank you.
you just kind of twist it and pull it out at the same time.
Okay. I'm sure.
Or you can use the regular one, as I mentioned before, and I'll show you how that's done too, on the same cork. And we just put it in the center of the cork and tighten it down, and then just simply lift the cork out of the bottle.
Boom.
Voila.
Nothing to it.
You've probably opened plenty of wine bottles before.
A few.
So like, what do you find people like the most at your events? Do they like, the more people like the red wine, or do they like the white wine more?
Well, we try to make a combination. Usually we'll have 1 white wine and 2 red wines. Sometimes we have all 3 white, sometimes we have all 3 reds. It just depends on what restaurant we're going to. Sometimes an ethical restaurant, maybe a Mexican restaurant as an example, we might have a wine that'll go better with Mexican food than, say, with a steak or a baked potato or something of that nature.
That makes sense.
Here,
Thank you.
there you are. Little Pinot for you.
And tell us the proper way to hold a wine glass.
Okay. First of all, when you get wine poured into a glass, you should swirl it.
Okay.
Now, and if you're not too sure how to do that, you don't want to pick it up and spill it all over you, so we just kind of set it on the table, swirl it for about 10 seconds, and then stick your nose right down in there and take a whiff.
And what do you look for when you smell it?
Well, I look to see what the wine smells like, and you ask about how to hold a wine glass. This is a stem, but it's actually the handle. That's the way you hold a wine glass.
Oh, so I'm holding it wrong. Okay.
Not like this,
Okay.
and not like this.
Okay.
And the reason that you don't hold it like this isn't to be snobbish. It's just that the body heat, almost 100 degrees, will warm up that wine just like that.
So to change the taste?
And we like wine, yeah, so we like wine to be at a reasonably decent temperature. White wine around 55 degrees, red wine about 65 degrees. So if you start out with 65, hold on to it for 5 minutes, it's going to be 92. Well, you lose a lot of beautiful flavor, and you actually can taste more of the impurities, if there are any, in that wine if it's warm.
So can I ask really quick?
Sure.
I've seen some people put like ice cubes in wine.
Oh.
Is that a no? Is that a huge no?
Well, first of all, it's against the law. You go to jail, $200
Okay, it's
fine.
a huge no.
No, it is, you drink whatever you like.
Okay.
All right, so how can people participate in your event?
They can email me, les@leskincade.com, and I'll send them information on every week's show. We have about 3,000 people we send to here in the Las Vegas area on our email program. And then if you want to RSVP, you can.